Welcome back to Mike's Miniatures, the place for all things mini wargaming. And on today's 4th of July episode, I am wanting to introduce to you a faction of Space Marines that are as hot as the weather it is outside of my house right now. We are doing the Fire Lords. Now, the Firelord Space Marine chapter has a unique little blurb right here from the Warhammer Wiki, which reads as follows: that the Fire Lords are a Codex Astartes compliant loyalist Space Marine chapter of unknown genetic lineage. The founding date has also not been officially established, but the Fire Lords, as their name suggests, take to the battlefield bearing a plethora of flamer weapons. Preceding their fiery assaults with barrages of incendiary missiles, they hurl themselves at the charred, bewildered foe even before the flames have a chance to gutter out. The Fire Lord's homeworld is a volcanic planet of Mundus Pyra, a world far out on the eastern fringe, and they are known for their strange flamecraft uses of chapter rituals, which in many find very reminiscent of the salamanders. Now, even though they're reminiscent of the salamanders, they are actually suspected of being Imperial Fist successor gene seed, so thereby being part of Rogel Dorn but in the canon. But with that being said, you could play these Space Marines any way you want. If I were to start this army, I would probably just run them similar to salamanders, just because I like that play style a little bit better than the Imperial Fists. The Space Marine chapter colors are red power armor with the Aquila or Imperialis on the chest being guard, and the helmet, greaves, and vambraces are all painted yellow, as you can see with this image right here. The squad markings on the right shoulder are also in yellow with a black number, whether it's in low Gothic or Roman like numerals, kind of showing us what squad or specialty that they are in. The company colors are basically the shoulder pauldrons trim. They follow the standard codex where the trim could be white for first company, yellow for second company, red for third company. In the case of this picture, this is a third company Marine. But yeah, you could, if you read your Space Marine codex, aka your Codex Astartes here, you can know what kind of color trims you could do for these if you want to do a certain company with this army here. But why start this army in the first place? Well, honestly, because it's just got a unique painted armor. These guys are actually really fun to paint. When I was painting up a test model for myself, if I wasn't already working on the expanding my Argent Templars, that I would probably do a force of these guys right here. They were very fun to paint. I would definitely, as a play style, to fit with the thematic, do the Firestorm Assault Force or maybe even the Gladius Task Force, just because the rules are so good with 10th edition with that. But you can, like I said, you can play this any way that you want with this here. But in my head canon, I'm basically viewing these guys as painted red salamanders in a way. But how would you start this army? Because all of us are on a budget and can usually, maybe if we're lucky, get one box a month kind of a deal. How would you expand or do this army? This is how I would do it. First and foremost, get yourself a Dark Angels Combat Patrol. Dark Angels Combat Patrol is honestly the best boxed for anybody getting generic introduced into the Space Marines without getting the ultimate starter set, which gives you a whole mess of Tyranids and the rule book. That's also a good way to go, but with these guys right here, this is how I would jump directly into the Space Marines here. Get you your Captain and Gravis armor and your 3 Blade Guard veterans. So a leader unit and a specialty unit here, and a second specialty unit of 5 Hellblasters, which the Hellblasters will fit the theme of the Fire Lords really well, having basically a melta plasma like weapon that's just brings the heat and can help you with the medium armored infantry or light vehicles, can help melt them down for you here. And then you have your 10 intercessors that you could build them as one squad of 10 or 2 squads of 5. Either way, it's just a good start to any army right here. Now, your Captain and Gravis armor will definitely need somebody to lead because none of these units can actually be officially attached to him. I would definitely get him some Primaris Eradicators as the second purchase right here. These guys are your anti-tank units right here and can help defend your captain. And then getting a box of Primaris Infernus Marines to just kind of fit with the thematic and kind of fill out our infantry corps of intercessors and flamers. Intercessors with bolt guns, intercessors with flamers, basically, is what we have here, and just burn away the enemy and secure those objective markers. But with our heavy guys, like our commander, in that we need to get them down into the battlefield. So I would then buy a repulsor tank to just kind of fill out that army here. These four boxes, I would, if you wanted to, that will get you about 890 points, which is more than enough if you're just doing casual games with friends from a 500 point army or more. This is definitely would go really well. MSRP from Games Workshop website at time of recording, because they haven't hiked their prices just yet. You could get all of these boxes for $380. But on Amazon at time of recording, you could get this whole army for $307.25 off of Amazon. Pretty nice. And then to expand it to get to that higher point army where we're at 1,500 points here, I just get a second repulsor tank, a Redemptor Dreadnought, and an Apothecary to kind of keep our basic soldiers, especially the Hellblasters, alive during the battle. And then to have the Eradicators that we got for the captain just kind of be on their own unit there, and have the captain be connected to two Primaris aggressor squads. The two boxes will make the full squad of 6. And these guys, even though the pictures here have them with their bolt gauntlets, they have flamer gauntlets, which will definitely be the most thematic thing right here. All in all, adding these boxes here from Games Workshop, these 5 to kind of finish out our 1,500 point army, is an additional $331, or via Amazon $279.65. That with all these purchases, that's your Space Marine army right there in a nutshell. If you wanted to expand from there, it's really what you want. Ultimately, though, that's an expensive way to have any kind of Space Marine army. And especially if you're not sure if you like these guys, but you kind of want to have a fun character with them, I would just get one of these Primaris Lieutenant this kit in particular, because this guy has multiple options of ways that you can build him, whether it's with the plasma gun, a bolt rifle, power fist, power blade, things like that. This guy is universal. You can build up your character however you want him and paint him up, and just see if you like the feel of painting up the Space Marines, especially this Space Marine chapter. To kind of help those of you who are wanting to get started with this, there is an affiliate link attached to this video here, especially of this model. I would recommend, if you would please, are interested in starting Space Marines, use my affiliate link, because it helps the channel to where we can continue to create awesome videos like this. And plus you get a Space Marine out of it, and it doesn't cost you any extra. On Amazon right now, it would still be $31.45. They don't add on anything for any commissions or anything. This is just a way you could, for free, help the channel out, aside from liking and subscribing. But would you paint this guy right here? And this was the test model that I basically did, and it was very fun to paint. Just use Mephiston Red as the base for your armor, and then the Averland Sunset is what I used for all of the yellow bits right here, especially his greaves and the bottom part of his legs, the forearms of his arms, and his helmet and his chest aquila there. And then Abaddon Black you could use for the gun casing, the undersuit, and the gloves, or the gauntlets that he has right here. Leadbelcher clearly is for all the metal bits on his backpack, his gun, whatever it is that you want to have kind of a silver color, definitely do that. And Rhinox Hide is the best brown leather paint color that Citadel has created. And then just washing this with either known oil or Agrax Earthshade. I didn't really do too many highlights on this guy. In fact, there's barely any at all. It was basically all base coats and then just throw on the Agrax Earthshade, and it kind of gives it that smoky, he's already been walking through fire kind of look to it. That's I think it looks really cool that way. And then for the eye lenses, just because we need them to stand out, you could get any green paint. Warpstone Glow is a very good one to help give that bright colored green. Any green that you like, or you can make the lenses any color you like, but the official art says to make them green. But that's it on the Fire Lords chapter right here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'm trying to do some new styles of videos with helping you guys start a Space Marine army, or if you know somebody, a friend or family member who's into 40K or wants to get more into 40K, just some ideas that you can help them with purchases and things like that to kind of join them in the games and join in the hobby, or help them expand their armies that way if they play Space Marines or want to try something new with their projects here. Again, the affiliate link down in the description below this video, the best way to support the channel. But honestly, if you don't want to purchase anything but still want to support the channel, I totally appreciate it if you would just please like and subscribe. That's the best way to help me, and share this video with those who you think would enjoy just learning about another fun Space Marine chapter and how to start the thematic army of Fire Lords. Until next time, guys, happy 4th of July to all of my American friends, and until then, bye-bye.